yet again, here I am, completely, utterly, and totally annoyed that I have to keep doing this because there is this man on planet Earth who is brainless, and his name's MATIAS DeStefano. And he seems to think he can wander this planet, and all that he's capable of with some magician energy working talents, so abilities and skills he uses in the public eye as though he's helping, but in the background he is using it to constantly abuse my healthy borders and boundaries of well-being. And no woman deserves it in physical form, that a man can just constantly just play around at her private parts. And so he's brainless in a way that apparently he tries to open his crown energy, but he's too busy wandering planet Earth in ego land, which is of a darker nature at the creative center. So he hasn't cleaned his sacral chakra area with different forms of regret, neglect, anger. He hasn't cleaned this out, so he wanders the earth with old energy still, and in his ego forehead says, well, I'm a magician and I can do certain things working with the energy of the planet. But what's actually missing is from the gut up, he's not working with the wholeness of the energy that we are. Okay, this is important because you need to have a clean relationship zone, which is your orange sacral chakra consciousness. Sits just below the belly button. And if you haven't cleaned this out and you've got like issues with like ego identity, and you're just ongoing like reinforcing that I am this and I can do what I want, your behavior is not, your energy is not raising to actually have an open crown working healthily with consciousness, which is needed right now on the planet to assist the energy field that we all live in, that we inhabit, that Mother Earth has. She's called us here as much as we've been called here. So the divine working between what souls on earth at this time can assist this evolution of like a cleaner environment uprising. Because take a look around, it's been these relationship zones in all of our energy consciousness that has created a freaking dirty, freaking hidden, freaking mess of behavioral patterns that we just kind of have accepted in our consciousness level below the waist consciousness, not rising up, that this is the way it is and we'll just keep it the way it is because some of us are taken care of and a hell of a lot of us are not having a great freaking time because of this superiority, inferiority. They love that distance there. They love that gap, which is my pinpoint exactly. MATIAS DeStefano is mucking around in the muck of the creative center, the sacral chakra. Yes, he has talents, but he has not cleaned up his own act. We can all have wonderful talents on this planet, but if we don't clean up our acts, as in our repetitive negative treatment to some, negative treatment to many, negative self-talk to ourselves, then we just keep reinforcing dirty, dark patterning into the field of life, and nothing will change for that person, and they're just throwing out whatever into the field. So they're not actually consciously assisting like their soul can evolve to do. So Matthias consistently walks around like this, like pretty much almost like zombified at the forehead, because he feels that his fulfillment is, I don't have to take a look at my life and my energy field because I have these skills and talents, and that's who I am on earth, and I can do whatever I want, right? And because I'm the one experiencing it, he's coming into my energy field. He does not have any respect for being told no. Now, in physical form, when a man and a woman or same sex, someone says no, then that's the way it goes. A lot of the time there's been push and shove with like masculinity or even feminine who are masculine, push and shove, I'll get my way against you. There is a free will law that the light upholds, but because we haven't reached that consciousness yet, we don't see that as a law. We think we've got free reign and free mark and we do what we want, but everything is accounted for. Okay? And so we're going to wake up to this big time, because that's what truth telling is. That's what truth is. Like, that's what our consciousness actually is. So little boys and little, mind the language, little fuckheads on this planet that want to run around like docile cunts, thinking they're so funny in their little, I create the world, I create what happens, I am creator. You sit in your frickin' place. You are one of the whole like the rest of us. Okay? And because I'm experiencing this, one with heaven. Let me explain that a little bit. I didn't come here in this life to muck around and watch violation happen and just go, it's just the way it is. I did not come here to do that. So when someone actually thinks that he can do that, I gotta keep telling him he can't. And that's the truth path. So I'm sharing it with you all because that's exactly where it's at. Exactly where it's at. That the muck around on this planet, like he does, thinks he can feel up a woman, and he calls it, he doesn't even call it anything really. He just is like, you know the word entitled? He just thinks because of the experience he's had and his little social following of, a few 100,000, he just thinks that he's taking on the world, as in he is the I am man, right? Now, you have to be in alignment and not be feeling up a woman beyond her voice boundaries to be the I am wholesome rep. Like, I am here to represent the divine, and I do not cross anyone's borders and boundaries. And this is also the continuation of that. I would not dare think I me, one person, is so fucking special that I can just wander the earth and I'll tell that woman that she will behave for me, and I can get into her field and do whatever I want because I am divine one. I am man. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Dickhead. Like, dick of the dickest heads. I think I've made my point clear. And if you made it this far watching, great. But that's where it's at. And we only go up from here because it's fucking trash. And that's all there is to do with that. Because I've already covered how in this now moment on earth, that is what the leaders think they can do. And until we all get together and actually openly talk about the violations that they're actually doing on a whole, as in, they might think powers on earth are just money and what they can make with it and therefore have control. But mate, yous are about to get a wake-up call. Okay, because yeah, it's a theater of life. We have free will. But if you want to carry on violating, you're going to go down that hill. Because as a rep of the divine, I would not violate anyone and call it truth. Are you hearing me? Good. I hope. And I feel as I've been doing these recent video posts, I've got one other to post actually. I feel an immense silent ascension of presence. So what I mean by that is, you know how you can sit like I am on a busy street right now, relatively busy, and all of a sudden, in expression of truth, there is a wave, like a wash of and you know, at the end of that kind of breath, exhale, there is a true, utter, deep peace. And that's been the biggest spiritual sign and symbolism of the cards recently. That don't forget, it is your most reliable source. And it is essentially white light of the divine. Our ascension in high vibrational silence can shift everything. And I feel it just become present. So it's my ascension, Earth's ascension, oneness ascension, because we are doing quite an amazing job keeping it raw, keeping it real, keeping each other updated with how we're connecting in here to do with divine alignment and presence and the energy that truly sits here, heart, between the heart and the spiritual expression, the spirit expression. So that's what we want. We want to keep this clear and open. So there's always work to be looked at, not glazed over. Oh, sure, that sounds pretty. Which is what Matias resonates right now. He doesn't keep it real with himself, and he's going on the wrong fucking path to do with alignment. And he thinks it's funny. He speaks through other people in my company and thinks it's funny that he will keep, this is the words that I've heard recently, he will keep his pretending path because there's just endless fun in that. That's the kind of clown acknowledgement that he is saying, I don't give a fuck. And that's fine with me. Okay? But it's not me. But that's fine with people in the world that want to do that. But it's, you take responsibility for yourself. I don't take responsibility for him, and I definitely don't agree with or align with anything he continues with. The only time I will ever, as the whole point of this sharing, why would I share this? Well, this is the 4th year of this, and some days I am just over it that this clown is still clowning around. He just seeks attention as clowns do. He fucks around irresponsibly. He don't give a fuck moment to moment. What he does, what I say, he doesn't give a fuck about free will. He doesn't give a fuck really. Essentially, he is not standing up for the well-being of all. A-L-L. He don't give a fuck. If he can get sex from me, or his popularity and attention seeking and following and whatnot, that's all that matters. He don't give a fuck if like his path has to be like, go and meet that girl, yous have a path together. And he would say, them's the breaks, unless she's gonna be my sex slave. And the only thing that I will own in the 4 years of knowing this bloke is my honesty. Okay? My honesty to my well-being. Don't ever put your like basic health, basic mental, love and care, emotional balance, physical well-being, and all that entails in your life's environment to live a happy, healthy, successful, prosperous, foundational, earthly experience. Okay, because what he asked me to do was, he was going to beat around the bush on social media and he wanted me to follow him, whereas he disrespected the fact it's for an evolution, soul path of everyone's opening expression, and there is no fucking way in the world I am going to fuck around with that. Take a look at this planet. I have packed up and left the basic, what appears to be a good, stable foundation of earthly tradition into the fact we are here to shift and change and uproot our usual mental status quo, stay the same, behave yourself, do all the right things that we've all mentally structured, and make sure you stick by your roles, that's just your permanent thing on earth, into, like rocket ships, and I do not mean we need to go into space. Like rocket ships, our lights need to expand from all that we are, let go of all of the fucking trash, blah, 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 lower vibration, into, are you being called and asked to do something more with yourself, to stretch your boundaries and help? Help. Not just help your little dick self, actually shut the fuck up and help. Take your clown fucking hat off and your dick nose. Take the outfit off and the big floppy fuck around shoes and help on planet Earth. Take a look around. Do you think we need it? God bless everyone. I'm not trying to let my anger out on the world. I'm trying to just channel the fact that this is the aggravation that my soul deals with, expresses honestly to get out. Because in it, read the truth. What I stand for, what I'm here for, and appreciate anyone in support of the same uprising. It's not a pretty word, as Matthias would have his face advertise. God bless everyone. Bye for now. So, on a positive note, take care and do your best in alignment with higher purpose. That is not taking advantage of anyone. Bye for now.